All right, this next group of operators are called comparison operators. And you see that we're wrapping these in if statements because that's the most common place that you'll see these being used. Now again, the definition of an operator is something that takes one or more values and returns something else based on whatever operator you're using. So in the case of comparison operators, they will return either true or false. So they're particularly valuable when we're doing an if statement. This first operator is two equal signs, and this is a comparison of equality. So if A equals B, then it will return true. This is similar to this next comparison operator, which is three equal signs, which is identical to. Identical is a little bit different. So in this first operator, for example, if A equaled false and B equaled 0, this would return true because the value of 0 and the value of false are the same. However, with the identical to operator, they will be a bit different because false isn't identical to 0. This distinction is important occasionally. For example, there are some functions that will check to see the position of a string within another string, and that can return 0 if it's at the very first character. Then if we use these two equal signs, it will assume that the value is false because the value is 0. But if we use these three equal signs because it's returning 0 instead of false, we can accept that value as true because the function is finding the position of a string within the other string. Okay, let's move on to the next operator. This one is an exclamation mark and an equal sign, and it means not equal to. And it's identical to this, which is a greater than and a less than sign right next to one another. So if A is different than B, then this will return true. If you want to reverse an identical to operator, you can simply put an exclamation mark followed by two equal signs instead of the single equal sign. And then there are a few that you may remember from basic math classes. Less than, if A is less than B, it will return true. Greater than, if A is greater than B, it will equal true. Now it can be hard to remember which one is which here when you're trying to remember the names, but just remember that whatever the left side is what you call it. So in this case, the left side of the caret is smaller, so it's less than. In this case, the left side is greater, and so it's greater than. We can also do greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to simply by adding an equal sign to the right of that operator.